Hello, hello, and good morning. We are still here with Lindsay Berg, who is the owner and head trainer, right, at Loke Dogs.
That's me.
And like we talked about before in previous podcasts, she is a freaking wizard. I've seen her do so many amazing things with dogs, including my own. I have firsthand experience working with her. And we were just talking about a few things, like obviously I've bought all my dogs.
Yeah.
They have all been bred for that specific breed. I have not had an adopted dog since I was a kid, which I think that adoption dogs are great.
They are.
We are going to talk about them because your dog's from Taiwan.
Yes. Yep. I've rescued and gotten dogs from breeders before. And that's where, even before we get into this topic, because I know like there's a lot of adopt, don't shop kind of stuff. And I used to like post that stuff. I worked or volunteered at animal control for years. I've seen just the sad reality of a broken system where dogs are just getting created and we don't have homes for them, things like that. But I think the key here is what I call like adopt and shop responsibly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not opposed to breeders. I have a breeder dog. My last dog, I tried to rescue a Rottweiler with 2 young children, and I tried for a year and I couldn't find the right dog. The Rottie rescues were just like very hesitant with the ages of my children. And I was too. And so finally I found a very responsible breeder that does testing, has humane standards for their mamas. And I love supporting responsible breeders as well.
Can we touch on that?
Yes, please.
Show me some signs of irresponsible breeders.
Yes. So first of all, I require genetic testing. Like I'm not going to play lotto with my dog's hips and elbows and things like that. So it is expensive. And that's where it doesn't necessarily need to be a deal breaker with the breeder. But I just know I don't want to gamble that with my dog's lives.
Right.
So I require the health testing. I also want to meet mom. If they're not going to let you meet mom, no go. Like it's probably a front for a mill. Like mom is also going to be the best look at your dog's like future temperament looks. If there's aggression, things like that. And if they have some weird excuse, like don't get a dog from them.
You want to know something crazy?
Yeah.
When I was trying to get Jade, my dachshund, I contacted probably 10 or 15 breeders for the dachshunds. And I was like, well, I'd like to meet the parents.
Yeah.
No.
Isn't that alarming? It is.
Why?
Because mom lives in a sad little like guinea pig cage somewhere and like has the worst life and is under chronic stress and is not in an environment where I would want my dog to be like growing. It's really sad. It's just that's a lot. Like if people can make money on it, they do. And there's a lot of bad breeding out there. Pet shops, that's the business model. Anytime they're like, it's a commodity, these dogs, it's like, the behind the curtain is really sad there. So
it is.
Being able to meet mom is a really good test of not only just seeing your future dog, but also knowing that like the standard of living for her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'd also say,
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Dad is less important because like usually they'll find they have a stud or something like that. I guess for videos and photos and stuff of the dad, just to again like
need it. Yeah.
Does he seem friendly and things like that? But
I'd also say health guarantee.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. What is the longevity of your dogs? How long do your dogs live? Because if they don't know, or that's another really good look at like the quality of these lines. If they're dying off of like some kind of cancer by age 5, like I don't want a dog from that line. Right. They should be retiring, for any genetic issue or anything like that. But so that's another thing.
I'd say if they do it part-time, maybe.
On it, like that to me is not the worst. Like if doing part-time, like having only a couple litters a year, having a long wait list, great. Having a bad website, usually a good sign.
The what is it when you show up to like the intersections and it says like Great Dane puppies for sale or
no, like, I mean, who knows? I don't think a really good ethical breeder would ever advertise their dogs with like a Sharpie on a yellow sign outside a grocery store. I'm sorry. That is probably just like.
Or the people that bring the dogs to like events. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I've seen that before where like I'll go to like the fair and like outside the fair, there's like this dude with a grocery cart with all these puppies in them. And I'm just like, oh, that's. Okay.
Yeah.
They're purebred. Bred them in my backyard.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I just think you are rolling a dice for the next, I don't know, 10, 15 years of your life with someone else playing God. No, thank you.
Yeah. I shit you not. I've seen that before where the guy was like, these are purebred labs. I'm like, why are their tails docked?
Yeah. Right? No.
What? And they like, granted, the face did kind of look like a lab. And I'm like, why do they have short tails?
Yeah.
Well, I docked them at the vet. I'm like, that's not a breed standard. What?
No, that's not it. No.
I'm like, what are these?
Not something it's, and the sad reality though, and I think so many people, like, they see that dog in that situation. They're like, well, I got to get that puppy out of that situation. And like, my heart is there for them. Like, I'm going to help you train that dog.
But you're just kind of like promoting the problem.
Exactly.
Like, stop buying those dogs from people. And then once they realize, like, I can't
I can't make money on
I can't make money.
Not something I can do. That's the key.
And let it just let the cycle end there. He's gonna probably drop the dogs off at a shelter, or hopefully, or just not. I don't know. But you got to that's when they end it.
Yeah, exactly. And I've worked with so many of those dogs on the other end of it, and it's hard. It's sad.
It is.
Yeah. Breeders, people that get into breeding and do it responsibly are not making money on it. Like, that is it's not a good business model. I love them. I'm so thankful for them. I'm like, your passion is amazing, but
it's not your bread and butter.
No, they're doing it because they love the dogs. They're doing it. And that's like what we need more of. And that's why I respect, and I really want to say, like, start out with like shop responsibly, of that. We need those breeds to continue. Like, if we want to have breed standards and all of that, like, we need responsible people doing it. We need people to stop being like, oh, I want to do this with my kids. I'm going to do it with my neighbor's dog down the street. Like, no, we don't need you to do that. Like, that is going to make this problem worse.
Right.
But,
I agree. I get it. So let's get into why adopt. Why
adopt? Because there are so many adorable, well-mannered, happy-go-lucky, lovely animals that are just waiting to be adopted, and honestly that like are getting euthanized. Like, it's sad. There's just so many dogs. There's just not space.
Right.
I think post-COVID, there's so many factors that go into it, but that the shelters are overrun. There's not a state, I think, that doesn't have this problem right now, and so there are so many benefits too of having an older dog that is maybe house trained, like has some training, has a background. Like, again, there could be some baggage on the other side of that. But like, the nice thing about rescuing is like, you meet a dog and you know what they're going to look like. You know, a baseline temperament. And again, they're not going to be themselves coming out of a shelter or, I mean, if you can find a dog that's in foster, that is ideal. Or if
you can foster a dog.
Exactly. That is the best way. Maybe you're not sure you want to own a dog, or like you want to give it a go. Foster is such a good way to honestly have the most amazing trial run. If you fail,
I can never. I would be like attached.
Yeah. Well, that's foster fail. I love foster fails. It's like, hey, if you keep fostering and get your dog adopted out, great. Now you're just saving more lives. But if you foster fail, also great, because now you've had a really great runway to get to know your dog. You've realized it's a good fit. Amazing.
It's like the trial run to getting a dog.
Truly. Yeah.
That's so true.
It's a great way to do it. Fostering is, I cannot recommend fostering enough. When my kids are in school full time, like, I hope to have a foster spot where dogs can just come live here. My associate trainer, Kaylee, she's amazing with this. She works at a shelter and she's had several fosters now that have just like, she knows how to pick them. And then in living with her and spending time with her, they just become such incredible dogs. One is now like the face of our local plumber. He's like this adorable Presa de Canaro. He looks like a lion. And he is just like so sweet. His name's Dale. And now he's a plumber. He goes to a plumbing office every day. It's so
That's
cute.
Awesome.
Yeah. So benefits of fostering or just rescuing in general is, first of all, you're not going to have to go through the puppy work unless you're rescuing a puppy, which is also great. But what you're getting more of a like, okay, this is a dog.
Turnkey.
Yes.
But unfortunately it comes with some implications.
For sure. And we'll get into that today of like, what can we do? What are we looking for? How can we support these dogs? What can we expect to in those first couple days, weeks, and months? But I think there are so many amazing dogs out there that have experience with children, or I think everyone kind of looks at rescue dogs as like damaged goods. And there's so many just wonderful dogs who like their senior owner passed away, or who there's some kind of tragic circumstance. The family moved, and there are so many amazing dogs in shelters that you're obviously going to need to go in and be very selective. Don't just like rescue the first dog with sad eyes that you see, but like make sure it's a really good fit for your family and lifestyle. But there are dogs waiting in every state. There's also like websites that make it really easy. It's like online shopping,
So
which
true.
is dangerous. But
I know.
yeah, I had to delete the Pet Finder app because I was just, no more dogs for me. Now. Down the road. Yes. But other benefits of rescuing too is like a lot of them are going to be mixed breed dogs, and there's something to be said about genetic integrity where like purebreds are great, but there are downsides to having a closed gene pool where like you're going to get more genetic issues where some of these mixed breed dogs are like living forever. The vet costs are like just a yearly checkup. It's just, not all. I don't want to false advertise here, but there are so many.
I know a lot of rescues that have just lived to like ridiculous years.
Yeah. My first Roddy mix was like, so hardy. Like never had to go to the vet unless it was just like his routine care.
That's crazy.
It was awesome. Yeah.
I know that all my rescues, because that's all that we did growing up was we had rescues. And then once I got older and I got into the hunting and I was like, okay, I want a purebred lab. And so I started getting into the labs, now the dachshunds. And my labs, I swear to God, if they breathe the wrong air, straight to the vet.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. And there are purebreds at the shelters as well too.
Yeah.
And rescues. Like there's a lot of breed specific rescues. You can rescue just about any type of dog too. It's not all going to be mixes, but you're right. Of like these high maintenance bred dogs. I feel like,
they do. They are high maintenance. They are bred to be, I totally agree.
My Taiwanese street dog, that girl is hardy. Like we will have a zombie apocalypse and like she will still be standing with her like snaggletooth sticking out.
Oh my God, the snaggletooth. You guys have to see this dog. Is there a picture on her on
for
Lope
sure.
Dogs?
Yes, I'll send you plenty. We can feature this on the.
This is so funny. This dog is like
she's something. Yeah. Her like at first it was just her bottom two teeth. I'm gonna send you one where I like lift her lips up too. It is terrifying. Like what's in that mouth. Yeah.
She's so funny though.
She's hilarious.
So
I
much
love
character.
Her. She's good.
Okay, so I adopted a dog from the shelter.
Yep.
Now what?
What do I expect? So when you bring a dog home, what they call it the rule of threes. There's like 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months of kind of what you can expect. And there's a lot of good, if you Google this, like you'll see lots of good bullet points on what to expect. But essentially the first 3 days with your dog is just like in a decompression period where they just need a safe space. They don't need a lot of interaction. They essentially just need to like adjust to being in a new environment.
Right.
With like
lots of stuff.
Exactly. So at a minimum, like maybe taking them out for kind of like short leash walks, even in your fenced in backyard, have them on pretty much if they're not like in a crate or a safe confinement area, have them on leash with you all the time so that you don't have to touch them too. Right. Because they might be a little touch sensitive. They're not fully themselves. You haven't necessarily built up trust or like essentially the right to touch them. Like I meet a new dog and like I don't expect to get to touch them right away. Like that's a privilege I will earn, and some dogs I'm going to earn it in 30 seconds. Other dogs it's going to take a couple days.
Right.
So going slowly with that expectation of like I would not expect to be like snuggling this dog on the couch in those days. That's actually like way better to wait. Like that's a privilege that should be earned as the dog is feeling like more confident and comfortable rather than just like giving them the keys to the castle the second they walk in. And I say this from a place of love. Like I rescued my first Rottweiler. I was not a dog trainer at the time. I like invited him on the couch. I made every single mistake. And within like 2 days, he's hitting the end of the leash, reacting at every dog we see. So it happens. It's okay. I'm here for you. I'm not judging you. But essentially in the first 3 days, give them a quiet space, introduce them to a crate, and you could introduce a bed kind of thing. And then just make it low key. You can start... usually I would have timed feedings, but that food might be kind of in their crate or nearby. They have a small zone too. I think that's the other misconception is like you bring them into this house and it's like, you've never had a house before. Enjoy.
Right. They've always been in this little tiny crate or like, I guess run,
whatever that shelter had space for. And so it's going to be very overwhelming to like move into an apartment or a home and just have
especially
more space.
Where there's stimulus. I guess like there is stimulus at the shelter, but it's a lot of dogs barking, like freaking out.
It's not good stimulus.
No.
It's like stressful stimulus.
Yeah.
So letting them just kind of get used to it. Don't expect to like have to do like I would have if you have other pets, have them live in different sections of the home for a while where like they can kind of get to know each other through a gate or at a distance on your terms.
Right.
Rather than just like expecting them to like duke it
Don't
out.
just throw them in. Don't throw them into the mix yet.
Don't do that. No, make it easy. Have low expectations. Like if you have children, maybe don't have your kids like running up to the dog all the time. Like your kids are going to be excited too. So you're going to have to kind of like set some expectations and set some boundaries, but make it kind of like outside, make it positive. The kids from a distance could like throw little bits of hot dog or things like that where it's like really good associations.
Right.
But usually I'd actually want to wait to do those things after those 3 days. Like I want to like just make it easy for the dog at first, really have it be kind of minimal interaction with other people and get them in a routine with you where these don't, depends on the dog exercise requirements, but like I'm going to be walking that dog kind of just around the neighborhood, letting them smell, letting them get a sense, walking them through my backyard on leash.
Which probably isn't new for them because they have people at the shelter that take them on walks and everything.
Exactly.
It's not new stimulus.
Right. So,
other than like the new area.
Exactly. Yep. You're essentially kind of repeating that process of like, oh, you come out of the crate, we put a leash on, we do a little walk around the backyard. Like that's already way more than what the dog was getting at the shelter. So you're kind of like repeating that process and easing them into longer walks, easing them into more stimuli.
Right. And don't go into like harsh training right away with like you can't pull on the leash, you can't this, because that might be something that they're not used to.
Exactly. And we don't know what kind of like training practices this dog experienced before, if at all, or like even just exposure. Like has this dog met men, children? Like has this dog met people? Maybe
That's a good way to dip your toes in by the walks.
Exactly. So everything can start at a distance. We can just kind of go at that dog's pace. And that's where we're getting into like that first 3 weeks. So first 3 days is just like decompression, learning you're in a safe space. First 3 weeks is where we can start that training, start slow introductions, and help that dog kind of adjust to more stimuli.
Right.
Again, more kind of positive training, really kind of going at their pace, but using more food, things like that.
Exactly.
And assessing the dog a little bit more, kind of seeing where do they get stuck? What do they, and by getting stuck, it might be like, what do they stare at for longer than a second and a half? What like kind of makes them fixate or realize like, ooh, that might be hard for that dog.
Right.
Or maybe they're just like wiggly butt, happy go lucky. And again, I don't want them like pulling up to people on the street because I don't want them to learn that works either.
Right.
But letting them kind of go at that pace with you.
Yeah. That socialization is important just to test the waters and see where they're at.
Totally. Exactly. It can all start at a distance. We don't have to just like have them running up and meeting every person they see.
All the sweetest dogs that I've met have been rescues.
Yes. Same. I like so many dogs. It's like, oh my goodness, this dog is just like waiting for you. Yeah. It's like dating. We gotta be selective, find the right one, but there is a rescue dog out there for everyone. I truly believe it.
I tried to look for rescue dachshunds before. Mm-hmm. It was so hard. They're so popular.
I know. But I remember the days too when like there were no rescue doodles and now they're like everywhere, which is just sad.
I know a lot of people get doodles and they don't realize how smart.
Yeah, so smart. And like, again, you're breeding one of the most intelligent breeds with like, who knows what, you name it. And again, I love doodles. They pay my bills. But sometimes I'm like, oh, you bred an Aussie and a doodle. And now I got this like ridiculously smart, kind of neurotic dog that we're going to get through to. We're going to help you find a way. But like, it's going to be a challenge. It's not this teddy bear that you thought you might have been getting.
I know. Everyone thinks they're hypoallergenic. And I'm like, but.
Asterisk.
But do you know all the other things?
Oh, I went to the vet conference where we met. I went to Doodle Mania.
Oh, you did?
Yes. It was so interesting. Very enlightening. Like true data on doodles. And I'm like, explains a lot. Yeah. Now I have data to back up.
I know
a lot of my suspicions, but again, love your doodles. I'm very excited to help you with them, but there's some intelligence, and then usually it's bred with like a dry labradoodle, bernedoodle. Like these are like kind of drivey dogs that now have the intelligence to get what they want.
I know, and it's kind of worse with a lab because they're too dumb to know what to do with any of that drive, and they're like, "Tell me what to do. I love you so much." Right. But then you add the poodle, and then it's like nightmare.
No.
At least the doodles that I've been around, I'm like, okay, this dog is way too smart, and he's training you.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And all the owners are like, no, he's not.
Yeah.
No, he's not. I knew this doodle that would actually like jump into the owner's sink and pull out dishes. And the lady was like all about, oh, I don't negative and reinforce my dog. I'm like, I would smack that dog.
Yeah.
I would be so quick to smack. And I can't remember. It was over one time. And they would buy new dishes all the time because this dog would like reach in, grab the dish and then break it. But then like lick off the
like broken
the food.
Shards. Yeah. Safe.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, this is dumb. And so I saw him do it one time and I reached over and I was like, whack right on the nose. And the dog like never did it. And she made a joke when I was over there. She didn't know I smacked him.
Yeah.
So she was like, wow, we need you to come over more often. My dog really behaves when you're around. And I was like,
they know I mean business.
I know.
And I have like a little different method for that. But again, it's like that is another example of, it's also, I think a lot of people have a hard time setting boundaries with their dogs, whether like however we're going to do it. But let your dog keep doing that behavior. And like, that's dangerous too. Like what's worse, a little boop to the nose or like a cut up tongue and like, or potentially ingesting shards of broken plate and then needing like, that could be a death sentence.
I know.
Yeah, I would.
Or like eating underwear. This dog would eat underwear too.
I've met a lot of those.
Yeah. But I think it's funny because this dog was so smart and it knew. Like as soon as I bopped it, it got down and started barking at me. It was like, screw you.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, sir. And he was just sat
me.
there and he did sit down and he looked at me with like that resting bitch face, almost like
staring daggers.
I hate you. But this dog like knew right away.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever been told no before.
I've been told it is such an important thing that our dogs need to know. Like again, and the way, like why yell if I can whisper? If I can make a little sound that then the dog knows I'm gonna hold you accountable. Like we call it sound-based touch that I learned from awesome trainer Pack Life LA, Samantha Johnson out in LA. But it's like I make this little sound, and every time a dog hears it, they know the next thing that's coming is I'm gonna calmly, creepily, with a little teacher eye contact, walk into their space. And then I'm going to either prevent the behavior or set a little boundary or have them sit. That routine becomes powerful. Like I don't have, I don't have to do I do that to my Roddy from across the room. If he my kids bring home like a new stuffy and he picks it up thinking it's for him. And I do that little sound from across the room and I like look at him. He will like spit that out and sit down. It's like mind control because it's just an accountability pattern. If I make that sound, I will get up off the couch. Like I will go enforce that. And that is a boundary I've set. And he knows I'm going to set it.
I guess you're right. I kind of do the same thing. I was just thinking about it. I go, zzz,
zzz. Great sound. Awesome sound.
Because I used to do it with the e-collar.
Yeah.
Like, zzz,
zzz, zzz. I love sounds like that because they're subtle. Like you could make that in a down sound setting and people don't like, you're yelling at your dog. It's just like, no, this is just a little bit of communication that I'm going to hold you accountable.
Yeah. That's funny. I didn't even, once you said it, I realized I was like, I do that.
You have I'm sure you do. Anyone that's worked with horses or dogs professionally, like understand spatial pressure. We understand like, okay, you put a sound before you apply spatial pressure. The dog's like, oh, I know what's coming. Okay. It's a predictable pattern. Dogs love predictable patterns. But,
I guess I do it with horses too.
Yeah.
Now that you just said that, whenever I lunge my horses, I go,
yep. Yeah. Now, but these patterns are something I'm not going to do with a rescue dog right away.
Right.
Like I have to build that relationship before I can successfully apply pressure. Because this is like a mistake I made earlier as a trainer, or like when I wasn't a very experienced trainer. Like you put pressure on the wrong dog and you're going to hurt your trust. Some dogs you can do it pretty quickly because they're just like, what? But when I'm in that like first 3 days with the dog, I'm going to more so manage, whether it be with a gate, a crate, a leash. Like I'm going to kind of set that dog up for success so that I don't have to move in and set boundaries quickly.
Right.
And that way I can do that. I can build up that trust because I've had it like, there was a dog early in my career. It was like an aggression case where like this dog ran at me, started lunging and barking. And like, I should have known, just ignore, just stand still. Don't look at the dog.
You just ignore that? That would stress me out.
Okay. That is not an ideal situation. Every aggression, again, early trainer, every aggression case I walk into is either going to be on leash or in a crate for my arrival now. And then that way I can coach the owner through what to do instead.
Well, I'm not saying that you're wrong for doing that. I'm just saying I would stress me. I don't think I could do that. You like just watching you with aggression or like stressed out dogs. I can't do that. Like you're like cool as a cucumber and you're like, okay.
Well, thank you. It's taken a long time to like
I would be like, oh my God, what do I do?
Yeah, but that like any jumpiness, any fear from us is going to empower a fearful dog. So that's where working with a new dog or a dog we don't know well, like we just have to guarantee we're not putting the dog in a situation they're not ready for. Right. And so like for any like newer trainer getting into this, like require that any dog, no matter whose house you're going into, that dog should be on leash. So that you're not, because I don't know, every owner thinks their dog is like, oh, they're so sweet, they'd never bite you. And I'm like, that dog would bite me. Like,
Yep.
You have to be prepared. That's part of the reason I always carry a backpack too. Like I've had to use it a couple times as a shield where like the owner drops the leash and I'm just like, I'm ready. I'm just going to shove my backpack in the dog's mouth. I'm going to calmly slip out the front door and we're going to try that again.
Like you're dealing with sharks, the redirection.
Right. No, it's
just don't bite.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just don't bite the precious part. So that's where like, okay, but the example I was trying to give is just like so that dog comes into my space. I stepped into it. I was trying to set a boundary using spatial pressure. Like, I'm not going to back down to you, dog. And like that dog hates me. Like I burn that bridge. Like that dog to this day, I still work with this dog sometimes. And like, I burn that bridge before trust has not come easily for us because I went in too hard too quickly. And I kind of felt like I had to in that moment, and doing things differently, I just would have over managed and like had that dog had other safety protocols in place first so that I didn't have to put pressure on it.
Right.
Because that's where we have to be a little careful. So yeah. So with these like early dogs, when you bring them into your home, make those first couple days easy. And then in that we get to that 3-week period, that's where we're going to do like a lot of hand feeding, where we're starting to have that conversation where we are, I wouldn't overdo it with affection. Like I don't want to give too much soft energy in these first couple weeks because I want the dog to like look to you as a leader. I'd rather do like more movement.
That makes sense.
Take pressure off, where like if I have the dog on leash with me, I can essentially just start walking in circles around the yard where like I'm not putting a lot of that like spatial pressure, that forward pressure. Like if you ever had that teacher in middle school that just like stood too close and made you want to back up. If we're putting a ton of forward pressure on a new nervous dog, they're going to want to back up. They're going to want space. Versus
they're going to have negative association with that person.
Totally. Versus if I just put a leash on and I start walking in circles, taking pressure off, where I'm just like walking away from the dog, I'm going to start to create a follower. The dog's going to be like, wow, you don't ask too much of me. I just get to move around with you. We just move together. Like that dog is going to start to like to follow.
I like that.
Yeah. That's kind of where I would start with these dogs, is like find a big open field, have them on a long line or a leash, and you just start moving around. They're sniffing, they're kind of orienting. And if they hit the end of the leash, you can just turn and go the other way.
Right.
And that way they're learning, like, I can't just pull you around. Every time I like hit the end, you kind of turn and go the other way. And then I go back into follow mode. And
it's like you're giving them the freedom without giving them the freedom.
Exactly.
It's an illusion.
It's an illusion. But that illusion is very powerful and addicting to the dog, because they're like, you are my ticket. You are how I get to go see and smell cool stuff.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So say I adopt a dog.
Yep.
When should I get professional training help?
Oh, right away. Don't wait for the problem. I know. I think it's always good to just like get a professional opinion, get an assessment of your dog.
And you do 15-minute free sessions.
Yeah. Or free phone consultation. Let's hear about your dog. Let's hear about your goal. If we're meeting in person, there's going to be a cost with that, but you're going to get a lot out of it. Our goal is to give you like the most effective information in the shortest amount of time. And in that hour, you set the goals. We give you A, B, and C of like, here are your next steps to get the dog you want.
Okay.
And there's no limit on what we talk about. You tell us what your goals are. There may be some expectation setting of what's realistic for your dog in that amount of time, but
we cannot fix problems in the matter of hours.
No, but some things you can. And some things are just like, ooh, try this, do that. Like there are little tips. There's no quick fixes.
Behavioral issues are the long-term commitment,
totally.
Patience, repeating patterns.
Exactly.
To get those to break.
Yeah. But even in an hour, we can have you change things about your behavior that could either be like, is this going to take a year or is this going to take months? Like there's so many little quick wins. And like I've said before, like I rescued a dog. He had major behavior problems. I waited 5 years to hire a trainer. I could have avoided a lot of that if I had just like started working with someone, gotten some tips, gotten started there, and then like kind of kept evolving. Even just one session is so valuable.
Is it hard to like, say I go like 3 years without a trainer and I'm developing all these habits of this dog? Is it hard to break those habits?
The longer the dog practices the behavior, the harder it's going to be to like replace that behavior with a new one.
See.
But there's so much we can do. There's like, I've worked with like 8-year-old dogs with like major aggression problems, and sometimes the dog just looks at me and they're like, why didn't you say so? And I'm like, because like, where I'm like, yeah, we can help you with this. Like, so There's
That's so nice,
much
rewarding.
Yeah, I love my work. It is so rewarding. And I think there are always things that we can do to help the dynamic. Like you said, the question though is like, how long is it going to take to really see that lasting behavior change? That's what we got to figure out. So
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
so
we can do.
If you are adopting a dog or getting a puppy or whatever, I highly recommend you book a session with this woman because she is so talented. Honestly, the way that she trains and just like from a trainer to another trainer, and obviously we do things different. We do things similar. We do things, it's 1,000 different ways.
Truly. And that's all training. Like we are more similar than we are different. And I think so many trainers get so hung up on doing things a set way and, oh, that's wrong. That's right. It's all gray area. It's all like different behaviors are going to have different outcomes. And that's where I would describe our training as open-minded.
Yeah.
We're not going to judge you for something you've done in the past. We're not going to say like, oh, that's the only way to do it. It's like, there are so many dogs where I've like tried something. We're actually not going to do that with that dog. We're going to do this instead. And being able to like admit that.
But you have so many ways. It's so awesome.
Many.
And it just like talking with you and just understanding. I'm like, well, this is how I correct this. And you're like, well, have you tried this? I'm like, I've never even thought about that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a great alternative way.
There's a lot of ways to do it. There's many, many ways to get a certain outcome. And I feel like,
what is that? 100 ways to skin a cat?
Oh, I know. I hate that saying. Yeah, exactly. I almost said it and I was like, I'm not going to put that. Yeah.
It's true though.
Yeah. The training is like, there are so many ways to help communicate with the dog. And every dog is such a unique individual, as unique as the owner. And that's where if we can find different ways that are going to work for different people. And then we have best practices. There's so many things we're like, no, this is going to work. Like, I feel like we've gotten to a point with our training style where it's like,
we've done it. We know it works.
Exactly. We have these tried and true methods that are going to help you bond with your dog and establish that respectful, healthy relationship.
Heck yeah.
Yet there's also many little hacks along the way that we can sprinkle in just to get you some quick wins.
And she knows a lot of them.
Yeah.
She's
for sure.
Awesome. So if they want to book a session with you, lokedogs.com.
Yep. Yeah. We have online scheduling. You can book virtual in-person training. We have other services too, where we will do more of the legwork, but we suggest everyone start with a session where we're focused on you and giving you the tools. But then, there's again, many ways to do it.
Do it, guys. I promise you, you will not regret it. She's amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Her dogs are amazing. Her training style is amazing. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to have you a lot. This is
wait.
So informational. You just have like this plethora of information that I feel like we're not even tapping into.
Well, hey, tip of the iceberg, but I'm here for it.
I know. Well, thank you guys again for joining us for our Off Leash podcast. And we will hope to see you on next week's episode.